is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. Today we're going to talk about a couple players that we felt like was going to be bust, but they found a way to reinvent themselves, or they got a good role or changed teams and has been utilized a little differently, getting a little bit more playing time, or they have developed to the point where they look like they can be in the league for a couple more years. They might not be franchise players or superstars, but they can be quality role players with the right role and with the right team, and that can extend their career if they continue to add on, because most of these players are still very, very young, so they're not finished products. And I think that's the best part about it. They was able to find a niche. They was able to show that they can play, but not only that, they have a chance to continue to get better and probably increase their role, get some long-term security contract-wise, or possibly even become something bigger than what they are right now, which is mostly role players. But other than that, let's get into it. This is not a list that's saying 1 through 5, just players I personally think prove that they can be quality players in a role. And there is no 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5. It's just 5 players I think that are that specific player. Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen was a guy that was gave up on, and he showed in Memphis that he can really be a quality player, being a guy that can score with the mid-range, score with the three-point shot, raising his efficiency up, getting more minutes, getting more opportunities, and the numbers have produced, and the numbers look a lot better, showing that he can be a quality guy in the NBA. Can he be a starter? Probably not, but can he be a guy that can come off the bench and do a specific role? Yeah, and that's good because I didn't really see him as a franchise guy coming out of college, and most of us didn't. But at least he found a role, and he found his game, and he found a way to be effective, and he found a way to get the best out of himself so far. I still think his shooting can improve. I do think it's some small thing like handling and shooting a little bit better off the dribble that can really help extend his career and make him a more valuable piece on the bench, which can help him get more minutes. And, you know, that's always a good thing. The more minutes and the better you play, the more money and the longer you can stay in the league. But he showed some improvement. He showed some growth this year, and I'm impressed by it. And hopefully he can continue to do that and find himself in the NBA, you know, for a very, very long time. Shooting is something that's hard to attain. It's something hard to get. It's certainly hard to do in the NBA, as everybody's long, lanky, and can contest shots. But Grayson Allen showed that he figured it out. I can play on this level. I can score on this level, and I should be in the NBA. And a lot of us last year, I don't know, Grayson Allen don't really look that good in this year. He looks solid. He looks okay. So that's a step up in the right direction. Plus, he's on a young team, so he can continue to grow with them, continue to build with them, and hopefully he can find a role with this Memphis Grizzlies team long term. But he is an interesting guy so far. Josh Jackson, this is a guy that was in Phoenix, was doing a lot of stuff bad off the court. They gave up on him as a player, but he did go to the G League and had to work his way back into an NBA rotation. Obviously, some injuries helped him get back into the NBA, and once he got that opportunity, he showed that he can still produce and he can be an interesting project for the Memphis Grizzlies, as he still is on his rookie scale contract. He still is a great athlete. He still is lanky. He still has the ability to score, but he has to find more ways to score. He has to improve his outside shooting if he wants to be a starter, and he just have to care more. He doesn't care enough consistently to be a great player, and that's a reason why he was on the verge of being a bust. Because after you get dropped by Phoenix the way he got dropped, and then you go to the G League, it seems like you're on your way out of the league. But he kept continuing to stay positive. He kept playing, and eventually he got another shot. He took full advantage of it, and now he looks like a quality NBA player. He doesn't look like a superstar. He doesn't look like a franchise guy. He doesn't even look like a great defender in the future. but he does look a lot better than he did in Phoenix, and he does look a lot more confident. And it seems like Memphis are finding ways to get the best out of him. So hopefully, him getting dropped by Phoenix and going to the G League was humbling, and he understands that that's not where he wants to be. He wants to be in the NBA. He wants to compete against the best, and all he has to do is continue to work on his handles, work on his upper body strength, so that way he can create off the dribble, and work on his catch and shoot threes. It's going to be important. If you can't score consistently, at least be a great role player. Get the rebounds, get out in transition, knock down the threes, cut to the basket. Do the little small things that matter and that can really help your team win and really help you be a better offensive player. While you're doing that, you're causing the defense to be honest, and you're allowing your teammates to get easy buckets, or you getting easy buckets, which helps the offense. It helps the mobility. And every time somebody moving, that's somebody that got to pay attention. And Josh Jackson has the speed and the athleticism to catch lobs and finish around the rim. Now it's just about doing the small little things on the court that can make him become a starter, so he can really live up to that hype of being one of the best forwards in his draft. Because right now, everything that could go bad been happening. And now, going to the G League, he's starting to, get his confidence back, and he's starting to play a lot better. So hopefully he can find a way to reinvent himself a little bit and continue to build upon his game. And hopefully he can do it, next season to show us what he can really do. But right now, he's proven that he is an NBA caliber player, and he should be in the league. He's not going to be a great player. He's not going to be amazing, but he did show us that he can be a quality player in the league, which is an improvement for what we thought last time. For Korkmaz, he was a guy that a lot of people thought that Philly wasn't going to re-sign. They thought that they was going to let him go for basically nothing because they couldn't find nobody to trade for him. He was a guy that had wanted to leave Philly. He thought it was a good decision. He obviously reconsidered it and stayed, and they ended up giving him the money that he wanted. But Korkmaz is a great player. I feel like he was getting held back by Philly just because he never got an opportunity to play. I went to a lot of his summer league games. The guy can shoot off the dribble. The guy can knock down threes. The guy can come off screens. And the guy ain't that bad, 15 in. So I'm looking like, I can actually see Korkmaz being a quality player in the NBA. I don't see superstar. I don't see franchise changing, but I do see a quality player. And for them to pick him up for the cheap, and for him to be able to score and create shots off the bounce, off the dribble, or off the catch really made him a good pickup for the Sixers, because they're not paying him really nothing to give them something that they missing, which is shooting. And he has had a better season and a bigger role within Philly. And Philly looks like they're happy with that decision to keep him. And I'm happy that he got paid. And I'm happy that he's finally getting a bigger role in this team, just because I feel like he could play and I feel like he could contribute more if he got the time and the minutes. And he's proved me right, because with the time and the minutes, he's having the best season of his career. Plus, he actually don't look that bad. He actually look decent. Markelle Fultz, he was a guy that a lot of people thought was done. They thought that he was a bust, and he has showed that he can be a decent player. And he's starting to get his mid-range jump shot back. He's starting to get his probing back, his playmaking back. He has good size for the position. He's still fighting the injury because it's not fully healed. He's still showing that he can be a productive point guard and impact the game in different ways. He doesn't look like that superstar player that we thought he could be as a number one pick, but he's slowly getting back to where he used to do. He's slowly starting to get back to what he does offensively. He's finishing around the rim. He's getting the stop and pop jumpers, and he's finding ways to keep his teammates involved, which a point guard should do. Now it's just about him showing that he can be a starter. He has done that, and he's the best starter point guard that the Magic has. Plus, with the injury, he's not going to be warranted a lot of money, so he's not going to be deep in your pocket. And he has shown improvement over the last 3 to 4 months that he can, possibly become a solid point guard in the future. And the fact that you can get him on a cheap contract and he's showing improvement throughout the season, and hopefully he can continue to improve next season when it does start. That's a great pickup for the Magic, considering that they really gave up nothing to get a guy that can possibly be their franchise point guard. And another guy that's in the same draft, Lonzo Ball. A lot of people was trash talking Lonzo Ball. A lot of people thought he was done. A lot of people thought he was overrated. A lot of people thought that he should be a bust because what he did in LA. But like I said, I defended Lonzo Ball. He went through multiple injuries in Los Angeles. Not only that, he had to play with LeBron, who is a ball dominant player and really have become their point guard since Lonzo has left. Lonzo is a lot better when he has the ball in his hands. He has improved his catch and shoot shooting. He has improved his confidence in his 3-point shot. He still is a great playmaker. Despite the knee injuries, he still is a solid defender, and he knows his role. He knows who he is, and that's always important, and that's why he having a great season, just because he improved his shooting. But not only that, he has always been a great teammate. He always been unselfish, and he always had a high IQ of the game, and that hasn't changed even this season. So I've been rooting for Markelle Fultz. I've been rooting for Lonzo, Korkmaz, and I like what Josh Jackson brought to the table coming out of the draft. And these are guys that are starting to reinvent themselves, finding ways to be more effective, finding ways to figure out the game of basketball. And I'm interested to see what they do in the future, and can they become what we thought they would be, even though it may take them longer than we thought that it should to become stars in the league, or will they just be quality role players, starting caliber players on decent teams? Regardless, they still eating, they're still playing, and they still don't look that bad as players. And they proved a lot of doubters wrong, because a lot of these guys are starting or showing that they can possibly be something special still, even though they all under 25. They still got a long way to go to be all-star caliber players, but at the same time, they have proven that they can be quality players at worst, which means that they most likely won't be bust in the future unless major injuries happen. I love their growth. I love their improvement. I like their IQ, and I love the fact that they didn't give up and they found ways to be effective and improve their game, and come up a little bit after they fell off a little bit in the last couple seasons. It's pressure getting drafted high. It's pressure living up to the hype. And the NBA is a new challenge for most of these guys, because they never played against these type of players throughout their career. And now they have guys that's longer and bigger and stronger than them. They had to adjust. They had to find ways to be effective, and they're taking their time, but they're starting to get there, which is what you want to see if you're a fan of these guys. So other than that, check out my website, analysisplayground.com, link in the description, comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com, link in the description, comment section below. Like the Facebook page to show support. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that checks out my website. Thanks for everybody to continue to buy merchandise. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have a spread shirt, and you can message me for shirts on Facebook. But not only that, if you're new to the channel, I make videos just like this each and every day. I also do breakdown. I cover trade deadline. I cover free agency. I do summer league. I do I do season previews, and I also do the NBA playoffs. So if you love basketball, you can't live without it. I make videos every single day. I enjoy this. So if you love the game of basketball, you need it every day. And I cover a wide array of different topics and different videos, and I do it every single day. This is the channel for you, and this is the channel you should subscribe to. But other than that, Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm going, and let me know what you guys think about the list.